Welcome to the first ever Design Night Sheffield. I have no monitor, so I have no idea what slides are coming next. We'd like to welcome you to the first night, which we hope will be the first of many. We'd like you to be using social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We've got lots of hashtags. You'll find them all over the room. This is a design night. Is something that's happening at Autodesk for quite a while now. We're a very large company. You've seen probably some of the stuff that we've done in our show reel, which we just showed previously. And we've had them everywhere, from San Francisco to Tokyo to Switzerland, and now we're having one in Sheffield. And I think hopefully everyone agrees this one's going to be the best. Yeah? Cool. Firstly, I just wanted to say, why are we doing a design night? Why are we here for this party? About 20 years ago, a little software company started in Sheffield, part of Lightwork Design, just up near the Botanical Gardens, a little bit of software called Navisworks. That became a really successful worldwide global product, which people use all over the place today. 10 years ago, Autodesk went, we like that, we'd like to buy that. So we've become part of the Autodesk family. Me and several of the other team that are here today have been here ever since then. I'm back in the Navisworks days as well. And as a piece of software, it's one that you probably don't know what it is. You've never seen it being used, but you've probably seen the things that it makes. So, you know, it can be used for everything from oil rigs to motorways, from ships to buildings, iconic buildings you'll have seen the world over. Whether it be, you know, things in Shanghai Tower through to cricket stadiums and football stadiums, whether it be things like tube networks and underground areas, through to Disney castles. Yes, we help build Disney castles, that's crazy. We now work on a whole range of softwares called BIM 360, which help the construction industry. For those who know the construction industry, know that it's largely people with rolls of paper and tape measures and those kind of things. We really want to kind of help improve that entire industry, because it's not a very attractive one to work in. But we're hoping with the software built in Sheffield that we'll help do that all over again. Now, the reason why we're doing this entire make it global idea is Sheffield's always been a city that's punched well above its weight. So if you think back to the early days of steel, whether it be things like the invention of crucible steel, happened here in Sheffield. Rustless steel with Harry Brearley, who you've probably seen if you go down to the train station, a big picture of him there. And he invented rustless steel, which is stainless steel that we know today, which does everything from the first ever kind of cutthroat razors to the scissors and knives and cutlery that we're all familiar with today, to iconic buildings, whether it be our own Sheffield Hallam hubs or things like the Walt Disney Concert Center in Los Angeles. One thing I found out as I was doing this, which I find amazing, that everyone in Sheffield needs to know. Did you know the steel in Brooklyn Bridge in New York is from Sheffield? Just me then, thanks. But I think this is something we should show off about. We've got a magnificent heritage and we don't shout about it. We're very modest people. We do shout about our music though, whether it be the good old Def Leppard, which I think everyone's got a copy of. Anyone not got a copy here? No, just for 2 or 3, we'll sort that out. Joe Cocker, everyone knows Joe Cocker, back in the Woodstock days, whether it be Human League and that start of electronic pop, and the Cabaret Voltaires and that entire industry there. We've got, you know, those secret underground heroes of the Britpop era, Pulp, and Jarvis Cocker and everything that he does today, through to the more modern Arctic Monkeys and Bring Me the Horizon, who are still fighting on a global stage. And then we've got our sports stars. We've got world champions coming out of our ears. We've got world champions in boxing. We've got world champion superbikes. We've got people who are some of the best cricketers in the world. We've got Jessica Ennis, who I think everyone was there in 2012 and willing her to win that Olympic gold. But we've also got, again, unsung heroes in sports which perhaps you don't pay attention to every day. Shauna Coxey in bouldering, which is going to be in the 2020 Olympics. And I'm really sorry, my mind has gone completely blank. I'm really sorry, but we have squash champions that are known the world over. Does anyone want to shout their name so I can pretend I remember it? Nick Matthews. I apologise, Nick Matthews. I hope you're not here. And then we've also obviously got on the BMXing side, we have Steve Peat. Thank you. It's a good job we've not got a pub quiz tonight, isn't it? But today's also about birthdays. So whether it be, we like to think we're having our 10th birthday and 20th birthday on the same day. Sheffield FC, the oldest football club in the world, the first football club, it's celebrating its 160th birthday today. So I'd like everyone to raise a glass to Sheffield FC, the birth of football. Congratulations. 10 years ago we had Pele. This year you have me. So sorry about that. We've got the full Monty. Now, I'm not going to reenact any of this, you'll be glad to know. But just to show how far the full Monty has gone. Last year I was on a bit of a road trip, went to Palm Springs, and as I'm walking through Palm Springs, one of the theatres had a live production of the full Monty. I don't know how that works in Palm Springs, but I'd love to find out. And we've got another birthday as well this year, this month in fact. We've got Sheffield Hallam University has been here in Sheffield as a university for 25 years. And on that note, I would like to welcome Claire Lockwood from the university, who's going to talk to you a bit about this magnificent space and this magnificent building.
Thank you, Lee. Can everybody hear me? Is that fine? I would like to give everybody a massive welcome from Sheffield Hallam University and specifically Sheffield Institute of Arts. My name's Claire Lockwood and I'm Head of Art and Design Department here at Sheffield Hallam. And specifically, I just want to welcome you to this fantastic building that we took over in January 2016. So we've been here 18 months. And in this building, we deliver a whole suite of courses through undergraduate to postgraduate across a whole range of disciplines. We're really fortunate to have been able to work with Autodesk and specifically Lee, who it's been an absolute privilege. And this is the kind of activity that we really want to be involved with in the city, in terms of working with local design consultancies, the creative industries and the range of companies that we have in Sheffield. I'd like to just say a big thank you to another couple of people. So, Kieran, you're hiding at the back, I can see you. Kieran's one of our senior lecturers in graphic design, but I know he's worked with Lee to make sure that this event happens, and also Hilary Pye, who will be hiding somewhere, I know. But again, a massive thank you for working with Lee and Autodesk to make sure this happens. Sheffield Institute of Arts also has a birthday next year. So it's our 175th birthday, so we've outdone you. And it's celebrating how long we've had an Institute of Art within the city, and so that's really important for us. And part of that programme events means that we will be working with some organisations in the city, and specifically this week we've been working with Sheffield Design Week. I can see Patrick looking up in the air there. So we've been working with him in terms of a schedule of events for this week, of which Autodesk is part of that. So there are other events that are happening this week. I think on Friday we have Joe Peel as part of Off the Shelf. So you're all welcome to come back on Friday night and see that. So I don't think there's anything else I want to add. But just to say, I hope you have a fantastic night. I hope we see lots more of you in the head post office and that you have a cracking evening. Thank you.
So this year has been a pretty big year in Sheffield, and I know most people are excited about this, the IKEA. Who's been? Who's queued? Who's eaten meatballs? Now, I would love to say that that's the most exciting thing that's happened in Sheffield this year, but I know for a fact it's not. We've got some magnificent companies that have decided that they want to make Sheffield home. So we've got McLaren. The guy is very well known for their Formula One and incredibly fast cars. They want to build their cars here. We've got Boeing. They're building their first European factory in Sheffield and in the Sheffield City region. And most of that is for one reason: the Advanced Manufacturing Park. They're on the cutting edge of research in a whole bunch of areas. Factory of the future, augmented reality, looking at additive and subtractive manufacturing, and whole different manufacturing techniques you've never seen before. We're really, really happy to be working with them on a bunch of projects. One of them including this, an augmented reality view of how you could do construction in a factory. Giving you this kind of almost IKEA-like feel as to how you go and build your new prefabricated home. And we've seen partners like Microsoft with their HoloLens wanting to work with Sheffield companies. We've got small companies as well that are working on a global stage. We've got Mobile Power, who obviously met the Queen. I think we've got some fans. Who they do magnificent stuff. So I'm trying to remember the stats here. I think there's 500 million people in Asia and Africa have mobile phones and live off-grid. They have no way to power them apart from going to their nearest market town, finding a diesel generator and powering them that way. What Mobile Power are looking to do is have solar-powered hubs, which essentially are local shops where you can hire battery packs for 25p a day, which you can use to charge your lighting or your mobile phones. I know they're even looking at how you can charge your televisions through these mobile packs. Now, think about this on a bigger scale. The things that they're doing, you could get rid of the need for power stations. You could get rid of the need for that infrastructure by working on this kind of sustainable scale. And it's brilliant to have companies like Mobile Power here in Sheffield. We're really pleased that we've been able to give them free software through the Autodesk Foundation so they can realise their ambitions, so they can try out new ideas. Then we've got Pimoroni. Has anyone heard of Pimoroni? If you haven't, I urge you all to go upstairs. I urge you to play and tinker with their tools. They're a company that provide accessories and parts for small board computers. The best known of those would be the Raspberry Pi. At the same time, they're the second fastest manufacturer in Britain. They've been growing year on year for 5 years, 80%. They appear on Financial Times lists. They're a fantastic company. I'm very glad they use our software, which is very nice. But at the same time, they do brilliant, brilliant stuff. So go upstairs, tinker, play. And our volunteers will direct you the way if you're not sure. And some of the other activities we've got in the evening. So we've got, you can probably see a big Faro sign just over in the back corner. And I think we've got waves. They're trying something tonight which has never been tried before. So it might not work, but hopefully it will. At least they remembered the name of squash players from Sheffield, Nick Matthews. And what they're trying is the first ever 3D laser scanned photo booth. So go in there, dress up, get your 3D photos taken. We've also got, we're very honoured to have Paul Sohi, who's a real kind of product evangelist. And one of the things he's been doing is he's been looking at how you can design things like prosthetics. And he works with a German athlete called Denise Schindler to allow her to have a 3D printed prosthetic that she used in the Olympics. Now, we're not going to show you and teach you how to make 3D prosthetics tonight. We don't have time, although we'd love to. But we are going to show you how you can make your own keychain with no experience needed. We're going to laser cut those keychains, and then you're going to be able to take them home at the end of the day. So within 5 or 10 minutes, with no experience needed, you'll be able to take something from tonight. We've also got one of the special guests across from the US, from our Office of Research, Sean Hurley, in the brightest orange shirt you'll ever see. Just give everyone a wave. So Sean's from our research division, and he has the coolest job. He has the coolest projects. He gets to go to places like Bali and use things like drone and photogrammetry and this kind of stuff to try and build 3D models to understand how they build their traditional timber and bamboo houses. He's helped the Smithsonian digitize their entire collection. He's also written chapters in our new book, The Future of Making Things, which if you want to know anything more about, feel free to ask Sean. It's available on Amazon in all good bookstores. So I'd encourage you to have a chat to him and find out what he does, because it's a pretty cool job. And later on, we've got a special treat. We've got Alex McLean and Dan Hett, who do, I'm not going to say too much about it. It's a bit of a treat for us to have them here, ready before their Algomec Festival in a couple of weeks' time. So I would encourage you to drink. I would encourage you to eat. I hope you enjoy the hendos we put on specially. And mostly just play, chat, enjoy. And make sure at 7:30 you're back for Elliot Crossley, who's going to do, I think, a pretty interesting talk about how changing making changes design. So be back here at 7:30, and otherwise, enjoy.